Welcome to the Fire Circle. What is it about? Before I begin, let me introduce myself. I am Saptarshi Majumdar, PGT English, presently posted at Kendriya Vidyalaya CRPF Americog. I joined Sangathan in the year 2006 as TGT English and served at Dimapur, Nagaland and Jagi Road, Assam. I am from Kolkata, West Bengal, and for the last 14 years I have been serving in the different Kendriya Vidyalayas of Northeast India. In the course of that period, I had seen a lot of change and experienced growth, but nothing had prepared me for the present circumstances. In the year 2020, the world changed suddenly. The pandemic unfolded and the challenges grew many folds. The terms like social distancing, work from home, stay at home, lockdown and pandemic became terms of common everyday usage. Overnight, the world became a different world. The virus forced us to move apart and start accepting practices which were not really nourishing for our human instincts. We are all social animals thriving on the association with each other. But the virus forced upon us unnatural seclusion. Death and disease became a part of life, and the fear of the virus ruled supreme. 24/7 news emphasized that. Schools closed, online classes became the new normal. It was a harrowing time, but more so for the teenager because of the inbuilt stress and strain of teenage. I teach the higher secondary students. They are on the verge of adulthood. Their heart is full of hope. They were looking forward to stepping into the adult world. Suddenly, things changed. It is having a grave and great impact on their thought process. The impact was worst in the initial phases of the lockdown. That was the phase of transition. There was chaos and confusion. To understand the situation, I conducted an online survey among my students in the month of April. The replies to the question, which part or aspect of lockdown did you find depressing, followed a pattern of frustrations resulting from curtailed freedoms. Some of the responses were, this is the first response that I am going to share. The psyche is burdened with repeated onslaught of reportage containing stories of people not having enough basic necessities. I have been talking to my friends and some of them are trapped with unsupportive parents. Some of them were trapped with unsupportive parents, surroundings which make them depressed and unproductive. With the constant pressure of doing something with the time, they are feeling that they are not doing enough. Something I have been feeling too. Response number 2. No fresh air throughout the day. Another response. It makes you feel like you are in jail. And then another response. It causes a lot of academic loss, delays result, declaration of class 12 and 10, separation of family members. Then I thought of doing something for my students. The idea was to make it very simple and very impactful. Finally, I came up with just two questions. What good did you do, and what good did you see happening? My students had to reply to these two questions before they went to bed, or rather before going to bed, as it was more or less a regular exercise that they did. Now, initially, they did not understand the meaning of a good deed. After many minutes of telephonic talk with each of them, they realized that good deeds are not necessarily great deeds of charity and sacrifice, but a simple day-to-day activities connecting the family, society, and environment. Some act of love, simple acts of love, simple acts of kindness, simple acts of care, simple acts of help are the good deeds that make life deeply meaningful. They responded well to the idea, and there were many responses. I involved a few other teachers and alumni to give my students a wholesome experience. The best part was that they could see the previous response in the Google form, and that helped to build a positive environment. Then I built a website around those two initial questions. The website has different pages dedicated to mental well-being. One page encourages my students to share their dreams. Another page provides them with a space to express their nightmares, of course anonymously. There is also a page dedicated to creative writing and creativity, and to the family. The last page gave them scope to give their feedback. I also used the website to ascertain their mental state and provided help towards developing a productive and positive perspective that was integrated to their academics, as one page of the website catered to their academic learning activities. I named the website Fire Circle. As prehistoric humans, we were living in the midst of dangers to our survival. We mastered the fire, and the fire at night provided a circle of light. Within that light, we sat in a circle, fighting darkness, fighting fear, and nurturing hope and nourishing togetherness. That is how civilization began. At the present juncture, we need that fire circle to hold on to hope, to fight back the darkness and reclaim the world as a creative and productive space nurturing the spirit. I have, through my website Fire Circle, tried to light the fire of positivity in the heart of these teenagers on the verge of adulthood, about to step into a very different adult world of the new normal. The initiative helped them to cope with the initial phase of confusion created by the sudden lockdown. This is what they have to say to the world. Thank you. Find the goodness around you. Live the goodness around you. Be the goodness around you. Thank you once again.